Right guys, so we're following the signs for Leeds. This time we're in lane 2. So because we're in lane 2, the situation changed today, meaning lane 1 is closed. So we're going to remain in our lane, which is lane 2. We're going to keep to the right. You can see the signs we're following, and we're following that white car as well. Now we're going to go into the centre lane. We're going to give a bit more gas so we don't cause an accident. And now we're looking at our mirrors to exit the roundabout, and we come off the roundabout. So now we're following the road ahead. We're going to come across that slip road again, and because it's raining, we're making very regular mirror checks. We're going to avoid dropping our speed and maintain a safe speed distance with the car in front. So the situation changes. Why has it changed? Because it's raining. Quick look in our mirrors, especially the right door mirror, and now we look in the left door mirror, and now we look in the left door mirror again. The reason we're doing it is to look to see if there's a car coming towards us, and if there is there any sort of action we could take to alleviate their stress, make driving easier and more enjoyable. So now we're going to move across into the lane on the right. The reason we're doing that is because you'll see the Audi, and you'll see the Audi coming into the lane any moment now. Now the Audi is actually driving the car pretty well. He used the whole slip road, but what he didn't do was signal right to show the intention to merge onto the bypass / dual carriageway. So what he should have done there was signal, and that would have given me early warning that he intends to come out. I would have then made sure it was safe to move out. I would have looked, make sure it's safe, I would have moved across for him. So if we signal in good time, check our mirrors in good time, adjust our speed appropriately, sometimes we're making it easier for ourselves to emerge onto a road. So now we're in lane 2, we're going to follow this road down. There's no point slowing down to move into lane 1 because we're doing 50 and this taxi is going a little slower. What we are going to do is going to move into the lane on the left. Now it's not safe doing it on a bend, so we're not going to go in on a bend. Now because it's raining, what we're trying to do is maintain a good temperature in the car. Every car has its optimal driving range. So what you'll find is in the car, when you play with the heater controls, you'll find that your car has an optimal temperature. In this particular car, it's 22 degrees. In a Ford Fiesta, in my Fiesta, it's 17.5, 17.5. In some Audis, it's 21. In some VWs, it's 24. So it depends on what car you drive and what type of engine, and keeping the windows clear is a priority, and it's important in terms of driving safely. Sometimes it's beneficial to put on your air conditioning, and that removes the moisture from inside the car. The moisture is essentially the condensation that comes out of your mouth when you breathe out after you breathe in. And on some cars, using the air conditioning, what's that word to use, aggressively, especially in this car, there's a fault on the car, or the design fault is it cools down the center of the windscreen very, very rapidly. Unfortunately, it's colder than the whole windscreen, so the main part it concentrates on is in the middle. So when you go home, come back in the morning, you'll find there's a bit of ice on both sides of the windscreen. So now we're looking at the sign on the left. It's a full 24-hour bus lane, and it's marked with a double solid white line on the floor, and you can see the little red bit there. You can see also it tells you it's a bus lane on the floor, and the sign on the left. So we're not going to use that. Now some bus lane signs have local buses, meaning it can't be like a National Express that uses that. It has to be a local bus that works to and from their bus station. So it's important that you read the signs and you understand them. On the left hand side, it's telling us a bus, a cycle, and a taxi, and the taxi being not a private hire, what we call a hackney carriage vehicle, is only allowed to use that lane at any given point. Now what you must understand in terms of driving parallel with the bus lanes or cycle lanes, whatever, you'll find that most traffic lights are auto switching, meaning it gives priority to them. So when you're approaching some traffic lights and you look in your left arm and you see a bus, you'll find that your traffic light will go red to let the bus go through to minimize carbon emissions and minimize the wait for others. So guys, that's how we drive a little bit in the rain. That's how we control our temperature in the car, and that's how we work with our car. Now in terms of rain, make sure your wipers are good, make sure they're in good condition. When I hand wash my car every week, I make sure I inspect my wiper blades. If they're streaking, so if there's like lines that it leaves on the window, I then replace mine. The manufacturer's blades usually last about a year. Michelin, Bosch, etc., they tell you to change the wiper blades every 6 months. I usually change mine every year or when they start streaking. Now we can see a car on the left that's just gone through the bus lane. Now what he's going to do, he's going to sneak into the lane on the right when he gets a chance. Now what he's done there is illegal, and it's not endorsable, so he's not going to get an endorsable ticket. But what he will get is a fine. So he's right at the bottom of the road, and he's at the traffic lights, and we can see him right at the end. He's in the second traffic light on the left, and he's probably turning down Cockshot Lane. But at the moment there's no police here and there's no enforcement cameras. Usually the enforcement cameras are on lampposts opposite the bus lane that it's observing. So that person's gone through a few times knowing full well that there's no bus lane camera here. Usually where that sign is on the left, you'll see the once the auto wipers click in, you'll find there's a sign on the left, a cycle lane sign or a bus lane sign on the left. Usually there's a police car here, but that police car or the police vehicle is usually a road safety vehicle, and we can see the markings on the floor on the left. And that's only really for speed cameras. And the reason for that is there's been many deaths on this road. People travel excessively fast. So guys, thank you for watching. That's a couple of minutes of a heads up video. That's just normal driving video, so it's not about passing your driving test. It's not about you know, your tips to passing. It's more your everyday driving safely and honourably. So thank you for watching, and we'll speak to you soon, guys.